everyone, in this video we'll be discussing the incorporation of non-Korean members in K-pop group has largely influenced the widespread growth of Korean pop culture known as Hallyu. There has been a major increase in the number of foreign K-pop idols from each generation to the next, as earlier groups such as Girls' Generations, Shinki, Big Bang have significantly less international members than newer groups like Twice, GOT7 or 17. But having members from other countries has both plus sides and downsides. Now let's discuss those benefits and costs.
GOT7's Bam Bam, Mark Jackson, Blackpink's Lisa. There are so many popular K-pop idols today who are not Korean. What leads to this increase in foreign K-pop idols? There are some advantages that come from this multiculturalism.
First of all, having a mix of different nationalities in K-pop can blur the boundaries between countries and allow Korean pop culture to expand into the global market. First states that instead of producing idol groups that consist of pure Koreans, entertainment agencies recruit foreign talents from Asia after realizing the market potential in Chinese and Southeast Asian regions. This allows for economic expansion since K-pop can now open to a larger consumer audience.
Lies supports this by pointing out that the creation of, quote, multinational and multi-ethnic groups is not for the sake of political correctness, but principally to extend their appeal to neighboring Asian countries, end quote.
The Korean music industry sees non-Korean members as huge investments to develop the global market since those idol stars create more flexibility in catering to a variety of audiences. According to Fuhr, companies now operate in the threefold production formula, quote, casting abroad, training in Korea, selling back abroad to the local market, end quote. For instance, SM is able to target both the Korean and Chinese markets by debuting two subgroups, EXO-M and EXO-K, at the same time. EXO-M, which stands for Mandarin, easily opened up the market of Chinese fans by promoting in Chinese music shows and variety programs such as Happy Camp, also releasing Chinese versions of their songs. Upon debut, the Mandarin version of the Mama music video reached #1 in Chinese streaming websites. EXO-M alone, instead of EXO-K and EXO as a whole, received the most popular group award at the 2013 Top Chinese Music Awards.
The non-Korean members make the group multilingual, which can break any language barriers that exist between the international audience and the group. As such, international fans can still be part of the K-pop community without having to know any Korean, because these foreign members can forge a close and intimate bond between them. In addition, as Jen and Ono suggest, these foreign members can help the other members by teaching them their native languages and thus decreasing any costs that may have gone into language lessons.
By having a mix of multinational members, each foreign member can attract fans from their own ethnic backgrounds as a result of co-ethnic affinity. Fans can easily relate to the members of their own nationalities and feel attached to them by identifying a connection between the idol and themselves.
I feel really proud because he is the first K-pop idol that's come from Hong Kong.
K-pop primarily uses this strategy, which Robertson calls globalization or global localization. The incorporation of non-Korean members into K-pop groups is a prime example of this, as the K-pop industry in a sense tailors to the taste of the foreign markets. A good example of this is shown with Twice. Even though they have not yet made an official debut in Japan, a survey conducted among female Japanese students shows that 80% of them already knew and liked Twice, mainly because of the Japanese members Momo, Sana, and Mina. This suggests that non-Korean members can attract foreign fans in a special way due to the sharing of same cultural backgrounds and language.
In a broader sense, multinational groups also play a role in the promotion of Korean culture and the enhancement of positive image of Korean society. Fuhr argues that the success of foreign idols in Korea, quote, can be regarded not only as economically successful examples of the industry's globalization strategy, but also as pivotal marker in the public's changing perception of Korea, end quote. Because ethnic foreigners are able to become stars in Korea, it shows that Korea is a country open to multiculturalism, and many people from around the world are aspired to get into the Korean music industry through global audition after seeing the successful examples of people from their own countries.
For example, in this clip, Cosmic Girls Cheng Xiao explains how FX Victoria was her role model. In addition, for people who have no knowledge about K-pop or even Korea as a whole, they might also be curious about Korean culture or want to understand more about the country because K-pop groups now have members that share the same nationality as them. Entertainment companies such as SM act as culture brokers and also open the doors of opportunity for non-Korean hopefuls by hosting global auditions and concerts. They use the appeal of already successful foreign artists in K-pop to attract others.
For example, Victoria of FX and Jumi of Super Junior, two non-Korean idols performed the duet Loving You in Taiwan and Beijing. SME carefully localized content for this performance, strengthening its power in the East Asia market. Using this positive open image of Korea made by the K-pop industry, the Korean government promotes tourism. Huang states that, quote, the Korean pop industry has closely collaborated with governmental sectors for national branding. End quote. This leads to profit for Korea and also opens the doors of opportunity to other industries, such as medicine, plastic surgery, or fashion with the use of K-pop. Fans travel to Korea to buy the clothes their favorite idol wore, or to change their appearance to resemble the K-pop star through plastic surgery.
At the first glance, debuting foreign members may seem beneficial because the citizens of both countries can be connected and share interests. However, at the same time, they can also tear the countries apart, which resulting to political conflicts.
The most recent political conflict issue, Taiwanese-born Cho Tsui's incident. She is a member of TWICE. In January, at the peak of TWICE's popularity, Tsui held a Taiwanese flag on Korean television. Mainland Chinese residents quickly accused her of promoting Taiwan independence. Tsui responded with an apology video on YouTube, one that the Taiwanese considered a humiliating recognition of Chinese economic and political influence. However, Tsui did actually more than just hold a flag. The New York Times reported that Tsui may have affected the Taiwanese elections happening then. The scandal has boosted the pro-independence candidate Tsai Ing-wen, the chairman of Taiwan Democratic Progressive Party, by at least a percentage point. The controversy ended after Chinese state media issued a statement condoning Tsui's actions, saying she still expressed the One China principle, even if her flag waving favored the Republic of China and not the People's Republic of China. Joo Kim argues that the K-pop entertainment companies like SM targeting the Chinese and Japanese music markets has often created conflicts. An example of a major controversy involving foreign members is a lawsuit of 3 Chinese members of EXO, Chris, Tao, and Luhan, against SM to terminate their contracts. This controversy largely affected SM's stock prices and also had many fans turn against them. SM's attempt to have success with Chinese members through globalization actually had very costly negative effects due to alleged unfair treatment. The hybridization of cultures by Hallyu receives almost as much hate as it does love from the public. There have been many anti-Hallyu movements in Japan, Taiwan, and China, in which they block any broadcasts of Korean dramas or K-pop idols, also rejecting the idea of their citizens moving to Korea in hopes of being a K-pop star. These anti-Hallyu movements are often fueled by past or current conflicts between the countries, as activists strongly oppose any promotion of K-pop in their native countries. Recently, Beijing banned the travel to Korea and any exposure of Korean media after a political conflict occurred between China and South Korea. This had extremely severe consequences on Korea's economy, as the tourism from China, who is their #1 source of visitors and top spenders, was cut by half in only 4 months. This increase in multiculturalism of K-pop can therefore become a risk to the industry because K-pop is now not only belonging to Korea, it is strongly dependent on other countries and is vulnerable to unforeseen collapse.